Hi, it's Melody from Mermaid Wavewear. I hope something positive happened to you, or hope you learned a lesson if something not so positive happened, because there's always a lesson. Always, always, always. Um, as Gary Zukav said, your enemies are your greatest teachers. And when I first heard that, I thought, he's crazy. And I put it into motion that let me test this hypothesis out. And he was right. He was completely 100% right. Because I'm selling a bunch of furniture now. And this one lady came to buy a chair or something. And very nice lady. And she said she just got divorced. I'm like, wow, you seem to be doing really well. She says, oh, my husband, he was really bad. He got everything and this and that. And I was so impressed. She wasn't angry or anything. And so I was talking about Joe Dispenza, and he said a crisis is a great opportunity for growth. And she's like, really? And I said, you know, when some people have cancer, they say that they learned so much from having cancer and they totally changed their mindset. I said, well, what about you? You got a divorce. Are you the same person that you were a year ago when you were married? She says, oh my God, no. I said, see, that crisis changed your point of view and changed who you are for the better. She goes, yeah, I never realized that. And I just thought, I read this one book. It's called The Power of Habit. It's really, there are so many good books out there. And now's a great time to be reading and learning. And he weaved a couple different stories in this book, which is really well done. And I remember this one man he cited, and he was a assistant football coach. And he interviewed for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they were really, really, really bad. Like, even the local newspapers, like, why do we have a football team? Like, no one goes to see them. They were bad. And he got the job, and he taught his players the power of habit. Now, they were still bad a year later, but he saw growth in the players, and the players really respected him. Everyone thought he was nuts, you know, the power of habit. They thought he was completely insane. What's this spiritual, cosmic stuff? And he just really consistently helped his players. And he was very kind, and his players knew that he really loved the players. And they eventually got into the playoffs, and unfortunately didn't win, and he got fired. He was shocked. He's like, you turn a team that no one even comes to watch, and they came so close to win their Super Bowl or getting the Super Bowl, and you get fired over that? That's pretty shocking. So he was interviewing for new positions, and during this time his son committed suicide, and his girlfriend discovered him. It was a horrible situation. Actually, he did find another job. He became coach of Indianapolis Colts, I think it is. And he did pretty well. And during the off season, his son committed suicide. And when they went back, you know, for spring training or whatever you call it, I'm not too up on football. And all the players like, I'm going to do it for you, coach. He goes, this is the first time in my life that I'm not going to do it just for me. I'm going to do it for the coach. And everyone did it for the coach, and they won the Super Bowl. And he became the first African-American man to ever win the Super Bowl as a coach. It was such a good story. So that's called The Power of Habit. It's a very good book. Highly recommended. So if we can just look at the habits that we have, I used to be a sugar addict. That was my heroin, and sugar is a drug. It affects your brain the same way as cocaine does. Actually, it's 8 times harder to get off sugar than cocaine. And I knew I had to get off it. I just didn't know how. And I started a line of chocolate that has no sugar, and it helped me get off sugar. Because I thought, and I didn't, I'm thinking, how did that happen? And I realized that you have to change your palate to change your brain. And no one taught that. So I thought, oh, I can start a line of chocolate and help people get off sugar. Most people spit it out in the garbage can, and I knew that was going to happen. Like, there's a garbage can, go spit it out, because it was bitter. But I was there just to teach people how to get off sugar. And the favorite comment I ever got from someone, it was at the farmer's market. This lady comes up to me. She had no bags. No bags. She just makes a beeline straight for my booth. And she goes, I just don't get it. I don't understand why people buy this. So I said, neither do I. She continued. She said, I like to enjoy my food. This is not enjoyable. I thought it was so I wish I had a camera, because it's still one of my favorite comments that I ever had. I thought it reminded me of, I thought I was in an episode of Seinfeld. It was just so hilarious. So it was pretty funny. I'll always remember that. That was quite a few years ago. So let's just think of one thing that we can do to change a habit, and then it could change your life. Have a good day.